Hi, it's Ali here again. Today we're looking at our Heatline Viso 24. There's many of the models which are similar to the Heatline. So, in fact, I think Valent have taken Heatline over. I think they've been bought out by Valent. But anyway, common issues with the Heatline boilers, and I think it moves from model to model. So Caprice is very similar to the Viso. Now this is a boiler that when I say inherited, it was part of the property that I purchased. Now on numerous occasions, more than once, I have had this part changed. The part you see there right in front of you, that is the motorized diverter valve. So I've had the motorized diverter valve changed. I've also repaired it myself as well on quite a few occasions, but the main piece that gets damaged on this is, you might not be able to see it because it's behind. The part is actually behind the motorized valve, and it's made from plastic, molded piece of plastic, and that seems to be a weak point. And when it does go, you've got a few issues. One could be no hot water. The alternative could be that you have no central heating. So usually the culprit is that. Sure sign of that is when it does. The common thing that malfunctions is that the plastic molded piece will crack at some point, and that's most likely due to stress. That will cause a water leak, and you might be able to see just there a brownish sort of stain at the bottom. There it is, and that's basically just dirty central heating water. So you'll usually have a water leak and it'll just come below that motorized valve. Sometimes what can happen is it will trip the PCB board, which is below this cover. So just below that cover there's a PCB board, and you will normally might get short circuit where you will need to change a couple of fuses. In fact, let me see if I can. I may just try to show you this. Let me see if I can get my there you go. If I can, I will show you. There it is. So normally what would happen, now I'm not going to touch anything purely because I've got this, it's still on. Normally I would always recommend taking the main fuse out, but just there is a fuse, just there where I'm pointing, just there. That fuse will normally break. It's a glass fuse, and it's quite obvious to see that it's blown, it's popped. So usually you'll need to change that, but changing that without repairing that itself is no good, because the fuse will blow again. So I always recommend having a look at that first. But like I say, it's not just the Viso that's affected, there's various models affected. Anyway, back onto what I've got today. Today, the problem I've got, and let me see if you can see it. There it is, let me just get the light. There it is. So, the issue I've got is right there. Now, I don't know if you can see it, but there is drips of water. There it is. There you go. Now, again, it's a molded piece of plastic there. You'll see the drips continuing. If I can get it to focus. There's a drip. There you go. In fact, further out, you might be able to see the drip slightly better. There goes my bulb or torch. There it is. There's the drips. So that, the problem here at the moment isn't, the actual sensor itself. So where you see the cabling going in, the connector, that is for the sensor, and the sensor is just a magnetic clip-on sensor. Okay. Now the problems with the actual plastic molded piece you can see there, that is an impeller. Within that is an impeller. It's a bit like a fan. Now as you draw cold water, so when you turn the hot water tap on, the cold water will be drawn in through the cold water inlet. That will cause the impeller to spin, which will then send a signal through the connector to the PCB to fire up the boiler, and that is what heats or provides your domestic hot water. So today my plan is to change that. I've got a new piece. I'll just get the new part. It's in here. So here's my new part. There it is. Now these parts, they're readily available. I wouldn't pay an arm and a leg for it, and to be honest, the sensor is, you normally buy them as a kit. I wouldn't recommend. If you can, this is the part you need. You don't need the sensors. The sensors, I've never had a sensor fail. So what I would say is avoid the sensor. It's a spare part. I've got quite a few lying around. They're no good. This is the part you need. So like I say, the impeller part, I'm holding the camera, so it's awkward for me to do this with one hand. There's the impeller. So all that happens is cold water comes through, cause that to spin. The actual sensor itself is attached to that part. This spinning will cause a current. So if this does come off, I'm just trying to take it out, and it's not coming out. It does come off. Okay, well anyway, behind this part there is a magnet, and the magnet is built in within that part, so it falls just within that region where you can see my index finger. Now what happens is, as this spins, it will send a current through this part, be detected by the flow sensor, and to the PCB to fire up the boiler for domestic hot water demand. But anyway, I will be changing this today, and hopefully, I mean, I've done it previously where I've had to disconnect the gas valve, which is here, whereas I have done it on numerous occasions where I've just managed to ease it out and ease it back in. So today my plan is to ease it in, ease it out, ease it in without touching the gas valve. Anyway, once I've repaired it, like I say, because I'm holding the camera with one hand, I need both hands to do the job. So I'll do another video once I've changed it. But keep you posted, like the video and subscribe. Thank you, bye.